Welcome students. In previous classes we had discussed about electrostatic. In electrostatic, in introduction I told that let's suppose this is any ebonite or any glass rod. When we rub the ebonite with hair or with silk, then we notice that the rubbing portion start attracting the small pieces of paper, but this charge doesn't transfer from one point to another point. It means charges will created, but that charge remains in rest. So this branch of physics was called electrostatic. It means the branch of physics under which charges remains in rest, that is called electrostatic. And in electrostatic we had got four activities. These were force, field, potential and capacitance. Now today I am going to start a new chapter. This is current electricity. Current electricity. So let's suppose this is any metallic conductor. Any metallic conductor have a positive and negative, positive, negative, positive, negative. You better know in any metallic conductors there are a number of electrons and have a proton, neutron in nucleus and electron revolve in different orbits. When electric field applied through any metallic conductor, are you getting the point? When we applied the electric field through any metallic conductor, you better know direction of electric field from positive to what? Negative. So proton and electron who was in rest, now they start moving in opposite direction, and in this way in opposite direction of electron current start flowing. Why we are comparing the electric current with electron? Because electron is device, electron is responsible for current. We are not going to compare the current with proton, because I can say here current is flowing in the direction of proton. Instead that I am telling current is start flowing in opposite direction of electron, because current is due to electrons. Okay, because outermost orbit electron is freely bounded. Okay, so what is complete answer? Every atom, every metallic conductor have a proton, electron which are in rest. When electric field applied through it, what happened? Electron and proton start moving in opposite direction of each other. In this way, opposite direction of electron current start flowing. This branch of physics is called current electricity. What was the difference? Yeah, what is the difference? In electrostatic, charge created as like capacitor, as like potential, as like field, but they all time they remains in rest, while here charge is running. So that's why this branch of physics is called current electricity. So this is the basic difference between electrostatic and current electricity. Okay, so the branch of physics under which charges gets run and we got current, this branch of physics is called current electricity. So this is the introduction of that chapter. It means throughout that chapter we will study all time charges are in motion and which are responsible for electric current. And there are two types of electric current, you better know. One is called conventional current, another is called electronic current. Some more currents are there as like eddy current, so on, but now I am not going to discuss about this one. But mostly two types current. One is conventional current and another current is what? Electronic current. We will discuss later on. Okay, so this is the introduction about this one. Okay, now our first topic is electric current. Electric current. Okay, see the point. This is the any metallic conductor. Any metallic conductor have proton and electron. Just I told here. When electric field applied through, let us V potential applied. So no doubt in opposite direction of electron will move by that side, proton will move that side due to opposite what? Repulsion of battery. In this way opposite direction of current, opposite direction of electron current start flowing I. It means I is nothing but only motion of electron. Okay, let's suppose del Q charge drawn at del T time. Are you getting the point? This is in 10th level. Let's suppose at any time del T, del Q charge passes through conductor. So I is equal to what? Del Q upon del T. I is equal to del Q upon del T. It means the rate of flow of charge is called electric current. Yeah, the rate of flow of charge is called electric current. If limit del T tends to 0, we will get I is equal to, very important, dq upon dt. This is the 12th level point. In class 10th Where is your answer? That was I is equal to Q upon T. Same thing we are getting. I is equal to dQ upon dt. Okay. So this is all about your electric current. Once again, the rate of flow of charges is called electric current. And why this happen, you better know. Just I told, because when we applied the electric field, electron, proton start running in opposite direction to each other. In this way, in the opposite direction of electron, current start flowing. This branch of physics is called current electricity. While we are defining here electric current, the rate of flow of charges are called current. I is equal to del Q upon del T. If limit del T tends to 0, you better know, it become I is equal to dQ upon dt. Let's suppose some charge is given. I think Q is equal to 2T square minus 5. That is it. And I ask how much current will drawn, in T is equal to 1 second. This is the question. So you have to do very easy point. I is equal to, we know that dQ upon dt. You differentiate Q with respect to T. What we get here? I is equal to, it become 2 to the 4t minus 5 is constant. Its differentiation will be 0. So I is equal to 4t and t is given 1 second. So it will be I is equal to 4 ampere. Very easy point. So by that formula you can get the electric current by differentiating the charge with respect to time. So this is the way by which you can solve the numericals which is given in S.C. Verma. Okay. One more thing is there. If simply we write the formula I is equal to Q upon T, and we know that Q is equal to what? Any quantization of electron, quantization of electric charge. So we will get the answer I is equal to Q is equal to NE. It become NE upon T. Sometimes we can use this formula also as well. So there are two formulas, I is equal to dQ upon dt and I is equal to NE upon T. Okay, this is in the introduction of electric current. Okay, once again, the rate of flow of charge is called electric current. Through unitary cross section, the area cross section is given A. I is equal to dQ upon dt and I is equal to Q upon T as well. I is equal to, we better know Q is equal to what? NE. So I is equal to NE upon T. So this is the introduction of electric current. Now some facts about electric current. See there, it have a magnitude but direction, but it is a scalar quantity. Note down the point. It is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. Its unit is ampere. It is represented by capital A. And you better know 1 milliampere is equal to 10 power minus 3 ampere and 1 microampere is equal to 10 power minus 6 ampere. Its unit is ampere. Okay, and the direction, you better know the direction. There are two types of current. One current is from positive to negative. That current is called conventional current. Conventional current. The current drawn from positive to negative, that current is called conventional current. It means conventional current in the direction of proton or in opposite direction of electron. We can say in both way. Conventional current drawn from positive terminal to negative terminal, and electronic current is in the direction of electron. So this is the direction of electron. So this is the direction of electron. This current is called electronic current. So mostly we will use conventional current. So there are two types of current here. We can see one is called conventional current in opposite direction of electron, and other is electronic current. A conventional current drawn from positive to negative terminal and electronic current drawn from negative to positive terminal. Okay, so this is the introduction about stage scalar quantity because it is represented by simple algebra, mathematical algebra. Its unit is ampere. 1 milliampere is equal to 10 power minus 3 ampere. 1 microampere is equal to 10 power minus 6 ampere. Two types of current we are assuming here. One is called conventional current and other is called electronic current. Mostly we will use conventional current. It means from positive to what? Negative. Okay, so this is the all about your electric current. Our next question is very important, and that is called drift velocity. Very important question. Drift velocity. It is represented by Vd. This is important question for today. Drift velocity. So see here, if we assume any metallic conductor, length is L and its area is A. When it is applied or treated by external field, that is potential is V. You better know every metallic conductor have a proton and electron, and it have a density of electrons is 10 power 28 per meter cube. Notice the point. Note down the point. Every metallic conductor have a number of electrons and protons and have the density 10 power 28 per meter cube, and their velocity V is equal to 10 power 5 meter per second. Note down the point. In random motion, they are in random motion. It means as like this zigzag motion, and they collide to each other, and their initial or resultant velocity turns zero. So every metallic conductor have a number of electrons and protons which are in random motion. They collide to each other, and total velocity turns what? Zero. When we apply the external field, then what happened? It means first its total velocity is zero. It means u average is equal to u is equal to what? u1 plus u2 plus u3 plus so on. What? un upon n is equal to what? Zero, because they started from rest. They collide to each other, and their initial velocity is what? Zero, due to thermal disturbance. Okay, when we applied the electric field, what happened? When we applied field, they will then electron and proton collide to each other, and electron will get the average velocity. Let us suppose the journey of electron started from here. Let us velocity is v1. When it collide, it changed their direction. This velocity is v2. This velocity is what? v3, and it reached from A to what? B, and many times it's changing their direction and what? Velocity. So what are the average velocity? Average velocity Vd is equal to v1 plus v2 plus v3 plus so on. What? Vn upon n, and that average velocity is called drift velocity. So what are the definition of drift velocity? Every metallic conductor have a number of electrons and protons of density 10 power 28 per meter cube, have in random motion velocity 10 power 5 meter per second. In the absence of electric field, they random motion, they collide to each other, and total velocity u is equal to what? Zero. Average velocity is zero. When we applied the external field, electric field applied it, then electron and proton start moving in opposite direction of each other. During this, electron collide with opposite proton and gets the average velocity. This velocity is called drift velocity. Are you getting the point? When we apply the electric field, electrons and protons start moving in opposite direction of each other. During this, electron collides with proton and maintain the average velocity. This average velocity is called drift velocity, and here we written there Vd is equal to v1 plus v2 plus v3 plus so on, vn upon n, v1, v2, v3, v4, v5 so on, from A to B, number of times n by which it change their velocity, and in this way at B its velocity will be what? Which velocity? Drift velocity. This is called Vd. It means average velocity of electron is called drift velocity. Now we will try to find out the formula for this one. Okay, so let us suppose according to equation V is equal to U plus what? AT. Our aim is V1 plus V2. What are value of V1? V1 is equal to U1 plus AT1. One more thing is there. When they collide for a little moment, 10 power minus 6 to 10 power minus 8 second, they takes the rest. At this time is called relaxation time. After each collision, electron or between two successive collision, electron takes some rest. At this time is called relaxation time. So we are defining here T1. What are V2? V2 is equal to U2 plus AT2 plus so on. What are Vn? Vn is equal to Un plus Atn. So what are drift velocity? Vd is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus so on. So you will get U1 plus U2 plus so on, Un upon n, U1 plus U2 plus Un upon n, plus A is common inside, T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus so on, Tn upon n. This is 0, you better know. This is 0 plus A, T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus so on, Tn upon n. It is represented as a tau. So we will get Vd is equal to A tau. Equation number first, where tau is called, note down, tau is called relaxation time. Tau is called relaxation time, and this is the time between two successive collision. The total time taken by electron between two successive collision. So next our aim is tau. So how can, A. So how can we get the A? V is equal to A tau. We know that F is equal to Ma, and F is equal to QE, and it is represented by Q for electron. It will be minus E into capital E. So what we get here? Ma is equal to minus E into capital E. So what is A? A is equal to minus E capital E upon M. Equation number second. Are you getting? Where is the point? So what will be drift velocity? Vd is equal to what will of A? Minus E capital E tau upon M. This is the formula for drift velocity, and its numerical value Vd is equal to minus 1.1 millimeter or minus 1.1 into 10 power minus 3 meter per second. So this is the all about your drift velocity. Once again, the average velocity of electron is called drift velocity, and we got the formula average velocity Vd is equal to a tau, where tau is called relaxation time, which is total time taken between two successive collision. F is equal to ma, F is equal to qe. In the place of q, we will taking minus electron, minus e. So what will of a is equal to minus e of capital E upon m. We can put the value from second into first. We will get the answer Vd is equal to minus e capital E tau upon m, and its numerical value is that much, which is very less. So that's all for today.